Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm back at it after my 30-day building public challenge, and then I took a little break. But today, I'm back. For those who don't know me, I'm John. I've been kind of sharing my experiences with experiments growing and monetizing websites. I've been kind of making or attempt. I've been kind of making money online in different ways for a little bit over a decade. Had many ups and downs along the way. A lot of times where I made quite a bit of money, and a lot of times where I lost the money. And I'm here to just kind of share what I'm doing now, what's working, and what's not. And a lot of people don't talk about like what's not working or their failures, and I'm pretty open, so I kind of share those too. But today I'm back. I'm talking about experiments I'm doing with social media traffic and how to monetize that. I'm also going to give an update on how the SEO projects I was working on are absolutely tanking. Like Google just completely destroyed them. They're not getting any Google traffic at all. So if you're interested in any of that, keep watching. I'll dive into what's working and what's not working. So the 30-day building public challenge, I did a lot of SEO type experiments, right, where I was trying to get traffic from Google and different search engines and monetize it with ads. It was working kind of well for a while. Had some positive momentum with a lot of the sites. I was making some money from different ad networks. And then Google released these updates over the last year and a half, completely destroyed my site and many other people's sites. And some of these sites that got destroyed were actually, in my opinion, very good sites. Maybe some of my sites weren't the highest quality. I think some of them were helpful to users, and users were getting value from them. But like some of these other sites that are getting penalized and just completely destroyed are actually really good sites when you look into them. People have been waiting kind of for a while now. It's been over a year. People are kind of waiting for that traffic to recover and come back. And they are just waiting for Google to kind of fix the problem. But I don't think Google sees a problem. This is exactly what they intend to do. They want to send traffic to big publishers like Forbes. They want to send traffic to these businesses that they have deals with, like Reddit. And for whatever reason, they like Quora too, which is the worst site on the internet. But it is what it is. But basically, in my opinion, this traffic's not coming back anytime soon, if ever. And that's why I'm pivoting to social media traffic. And I'll say there are people that are still focusing on SEO and they're making it work. And they're probably going to cash in on that SEO traffic with a lot of people who are failing at SEO dropping out of the market, right? There's going to be like a little bit less competition, I think, and the people that can actually figure out the new Google are going to be rewarded pretty well. But I decided that's not going to be my focus. I'm going to pivot. So I'm running some experiments with social media traffic, with Pinterest being the main driver here. And there's a reason I like Pinterest. So Pinterest users are very visual, right? They like a lot of pictures. The entire platform is designed to promote visual content. And what this means is types of content that do well are like listicle type articles that have, a bunch of images with like some description talking about what the image is. And then you have a lot of different unique images that you can pin to Pinterest to drive user interest. And the reason I like that is because listicles are pretty easy to produce. There's not like a lot of research or anything that goes into it. You just need to kind of get some images and write about them. And Pinterest will send impressions to accounts that have very few followers. So if you think about it, like SEO is typically a pretty long game, right? You build out some content, you try to get backlinks, you try to optimize the content for the algorithm, you wait for Google to index your content, it slowly moves up the ranks. It can take a long time, especially on a competitive keyword. Something like Facebook pages, you need to really build up a big following to get any type of reach on the platform. And that can take time to do. Also money. You can buy page likes on their ad platform, which works really well to help grow your page. But with Pinterest, it kind of allows newbies to get some love, right? Like you can create a new page. It kind of takes a little bit of a delay before you start getting significant traffic, but you don't have to have a high follower audience to get traffic on Pinterest. The other reason I like it, there's a high potential for automation and AI. So the Google AI API leak showed that Google has the intent to classify AI-generated sites Whether or not they're penalizing the AI generated sites, it's not really clear, but I suspect they could turn that dial up and start penalizing AI generated sites even more. AI image generation models, they're getting better and better. And you could produce photorealistic images for many niches now that would probably do well on Pinterest. And Pinterest users would actually get some value out of those images, even though they're AI generated. And then with the combination of LLMs and diffusion models to generate images, you can create full listicles in minutes if you know what you're doing. I'm testing out a few sites in different niches. One site's really taking off, and I managed to get it into the Journey ad network by Mediavine. The Mediavine network, Journey, it's the network for smaller publishers that don't meet the higher traffic requirements of Mediavine. I've heard good things about the earnings, but it's a little bit too early to share much about where my sites are at. I will say everything's trending in the right direction and it's looking pretty positive. Journey has a lower traffic requirement. If I were to like rank the ad networks I've worked with or heard about, I'd kind of put them in this order. Google AdSense is kind of like your lowest tier. You can get into it, make some money. You're not going to get the highest payouts. You're not going to get the highest RPMs. And RPMs is kind of how much you get paid per 1,000 sessions usually. Not usually page views, but sessions, which is kind of a little bit different. They're more like unique users. But that's kind of like a measurement in the industry, right? So AdSense will have a lower kind of session RPM. And there's another network called Ezoic, which is kind of like the next tier. That's a better payout than AdSense. Not as high as Journey from what I've heard and from my experience so far, but definitely much better than AdSense. Ezoic has a lot of features for automating and optimizing their ads and also a ton of reporting. You can get so detailed that you can figure out which content performs better based on the weather outside. Like, it's crazy how deep their analytics actually go, and you can use those to kind of optimize your content and increase your RPMs, where technically Ezoic uses a measurement called EPMV, but basically it's similar to RPM, and you can drive that up with their reporting. They have lower traffic requirement than some of the other ad networks. They're a little bit above AdSense, but they're kind of below Journey in my opinion. Journey's probably the higher end of the middle of the market for ads for the type of content that we're creating. I've heard reports of higher RPMs, and a lot of publishers are kind of pivoting to Journey from Ezoic, or they're getting their sites onboarded to Journey because they don't meet the high traffic requirements of the more premium ad networks. I think AdThrive has a similar product to Journey, but I don't remember right now what it's called, but you might want to look into that also. And then you have your kind of like premium ad networks for content producers like us. Mediavine and AdThrive are the two that come to the top of my mind. And they have, higher quality, more premium ads to show. Publishers will pay more money to show the ads on the Mediavine and AdThrive sites, and they'll pay you more, higher RPM. They have a higher traffic requirement though. Mediavine has about a 50,000 session traffic requirement, and AdThrive usually has about 100,000 session requirement. So a lot of people will kind of start lower with like an Ezoic or Journey, build their sites up to meet the traffic requirements of a Mediavine or AdThrive, and then kind of pivot to those networks and really start making some decent money from websites. I'm also dabbling in building Facebook pages, right? Because I want to pivot to social. Facebook and Pinterest are kind of my two that I want to target. It's really kind of too early for me to share anything of value about the Facebook pages I'm building. I'm building a couple different pages in different niches, and I hope to have some updates on that here in the future. Maybe I can talk about that, some of the things that are working, what's working and not working, but nothing really to report on that right now. And then, there's some other networks you could think about, right? Like Instagram. Instagram's super popular. It's not my top choice for monetization because it's kind of designed to keep users entirely on the platform. And my method of monetization right now requires driving users to my website, right? Instagram is not easily share links. You can build a following. You can partner with brands. You could probably make creator bonus money from Meta, but that's not really what I'm going after right now. So, I mean, it's viable to make money with something like Instagram, but it's not the type of, doesn't really fit the type of content I'm making. I am building Facebook pages, and I did get one of those pages into the creator bonus program that pays you to post content on your page. So don't have anything to report on that, but maybe I'll have that too in the future. So I'm wrapping up. The 30-day challenge went really well. I'm back. I'm making some videos. I had a pretty major health setback where I ended up in the hospital for like 12 days. I ended up catching, getting salmonella, and then turning into the sepsis, blood infection, and it was pretty serious. I was in the hospital. I was pretty sick. I'm back to normal now. I'm pretty much, 100%. I'm working on my health. I haven't been drinking. I've been back to the gym with a trainer, and I've been trying to focus on doing my cardio and getting my diet under control. So I'm back, but it was a pretty big setback, and that's kind of one of the reasons I wasn't posting videos. The next video, I think what I'm going to do is dive deeper into the workflow I'm using for producing and posting content to Pinterest at scale. And then, the methods. That's basically like the core of what I do to drive traffic to Pinterest. So I'll talk about that a little bit, how that works, and kind of like how you could leverage my system for building your own pages. So that's it for today. I will see you next time, and see you around.